खेलो साथ में है हम,
और खेलना चाहते हैं हम।
खूब खेलो साथ में है हम, हम 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 हम।
खेल में ही मस्ती है, खेल तंदुरुस्ती है, खेल से आबाद होंगे हम, आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं हम।
मत डरो साथ देंगे हम, हम 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 हम।
चांद छूना चाहते हैं हम,
उड़ चलो पंख देंगे हम, खेल डर मिटाएगा, जीतना सिखाएगा, खेल से उड़ान देंगे हम, हम 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 हम।
खेल में क्या बात है, एक दूसरे का साथ है, खेल से ही मैं बनेगा हम,
हम 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 हम।
खेल से मुस्कान पाए हम, खेल से पहचान पाए हम, दुनिया को हिलाएंगे, खेल के दिखाएंगे, हम नहीं है किसी से कम।
हम 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 हम
खेलो इंडिया, साथ में हैं हम।
Good morning to one and all present over here. This is Amal K. Raj, Physical and Health Education Teacher, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Mehbooba. As the nation is celebrating National Sports Day on 29th August 2020 to commemorate the birthday of Major Dhyan Chand, the hockey wizard. Before moving on to the deliberations of the day, I would like to take a minute to welcome you all who have joined here. First, I would like to welcome most respected Honorable Principal, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Mehbooba, Srimati Harjeet Kaur, to this occasion. Next, I would like to take the opportunity to welcome all the VMC members, those who have joined me here on this occasion. Next, I would like to welcome the guest on the occasion, Ms. Neema Doma, Indian international basketball player, and Mr. Ajit Singh Yadav, Indian international Paralympic bronze medalist. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all the students, my colleagues, and everyone who have joined me here on this occasion. I would welcome you all. Moving on to the further deliberations of the day, the first session is about Major Dhyan Chand, what he was like in terms of his achievement and career. Dhyan Chand, the hockey wizard, who had the world on his stick. With 3 Olympic gold medals to his name, Dhyan Chand was the poster boy of Indian hockey for decades. Talk about hockey in India and there will always be a mention of Dhyan Chand, the man who mesmerized everyone with his silky stick work that saw him earn the nickname Hockey Wizard. Born on August 29, 1905 in Allahabad to Shraddha Singh and Sameshwar Singh, a soldier in the British Indian Army, Dhyan Singh was drawn towards hockey at a very early age. Like his father, he too enrolled himself in the army at the age of 16 and continued to play his favorite sport there. His time in the force saw him play various army hockey competitions and regimental games between 1922 and 1926. The youngster would take to the game like fish to water and develop into a fine craftsman of the side. Dhyan would be so engrossed in the game that he would practice playing hockey during the night after his duty hours under the moonlight, as a reason that earned him the nickname Dhyan Chand. Dhyan Chand in his army days progressed through the ranks, saw him make the Indian Army team for a tour in New Zealand in 1926. The Indian side was firing on all cylinders in New Zealand, where they won 18 matches, drew 2 and just lost a solitary tie during the tour. Their performance was lauded by many, and Dhyan Chand in particular received a lot of praise for his show on his first international assignment. On return, he was named Lance Naik in the Punjab regiment of the British Indian Army. His quality and performance didn't go unnoticed as long as Chand would soon make it to the Indian team for 1928 Amsterdam Olympics. With the sport included in the Olympic for the first time, the newly formed Indian Hockey Federation was eager to send the best possible team for the games in the Netherlands. For that, IHF called for an inter-provincial tournament to decide on the squad for the Olympics. Dhyan Chand and his Olympic dream. The splendid performance at the inter-provincial tournament as a centre forward and his partnership with George Martin inside right meant Dhyan Chand was in India's first ever hockey squad for the Olympic Games. Though they had to face some financial troubles before reaching Amsterdam, once in the Dutch city, the Indian team was in the groove as they made the competition thereon with some fantastic hockey. Leading the charge was their centre forward Dhyan Chand, who top scored with 14 goals in his 5 matches en route to gold medal in their debut appearance. Dhyan Chand and his growing legend. The coming years would see Dhyan Chand's legend grow manifold as the main man of Indian hockey team. India defended their Olympic gold at 1932 Los Angeles Games with his sheer brilliance. This time though, the win was a little more special as Dhyan had his brother Roop Singh along the team that took the gold in Los Angeles. While the previous 2 editions saw Dhyan lead the Indian team with his emphatic performance on the field, at the 1936 Olympics in Berlin he was named the skipper of the side. The added responsibility only spurred him to greater exploits. The Indian team scored a total of 38 goals in the competition as they bagged another gold, conceding just once in the final. Dhyan Chand in his later years and how his legacy turned out. Returning from their triumph in Berlin, Chand joined his regiment and confined himself to army hockey. Though the sport in India continued to scale greater heights with the likes of Balbir Singh Sr. leading the charge as India went on an all-conquering era, Dhyan Chand's contribution remained unparalleled. Chand retired from his hockey army service in 1956 and was conferred with the Padma Bhushan, the 3rd highest civilian award in India, the same year. He would take up coaching soon and was later named the chief coach of the National Institute of Sports NIS Patiala. The nation celebrates its National Sports Day on his birthday, August 29, and he is the only hockey player to have a commemorative postage stamp and the first day cover in his honor. National Stadium in New Delhi is also named after him. The legend of Dhyan Chand continues to serve as an inspiration to many hockey players. Now there is an inspirational story from 1936 Olympic final. While India eased through Group A, the Germans cruised in Group B, and that set up an exciting gold medal match. Germany had made tremendous strides, and if the Indians are to win, they will want to play even better than they did today when they gave their best display up to date. Indian newspaper statesmen had noted following India's team win over Japan. Not deterred by the reportage, the Indian hockey team continued its fine run at the Olympics with an emphatic 10-0 win over the France in the semi-final, with Dhyan Chand scoring 4 of those goals. The final two was no different, as India was on the money from the first whistle, barely allowing the Germans any room to make any inroads. Determined to bring home a gold under his captaincy, Dhyan Chand was the star as he slotted in 6 goals in the final. This despite losing a tooth after a collision with German goalkeeper Warnholz. Dhyan Chand returned to the field after seeking medical attention in the second half. He reportedly played barefoot to run faster. India raced to an 8-1 win to complete their first hat-trick Olympic gold medal at the Olympics. Captain Dhyan Chand, the hockey wizard, led from the front, emerged as the top goal scorer of the tournament. The Indian hockey team scored 38 goals in all in 5 matches announced and conceded just 1. Dhyan Chand, who once more proved himself as the best centre forward in the world, demonstrated his worth as a great captain, said team manager Swami Jagannath. Held in great esteem, affection and admiration by the hockey players, he was the central luminary around whom the members of the team revolved. The skillful forward were duly supported by the hard-working halves as the team rose to the occasion and demonstrated a perfect game of hockey that left the crowd in awe. It was Dhyan Chand's third and final Olympics, and it was a befitting one for the then 31-year-old wizard. Another interesting story about Adolf Hitler and Dhyan Chand. Known as the Wizard of Hockey, Dhyan Chand displayed such mastery and control over the ball that more than once authorities across the world dropped his hockey stick to check if there was a magnet inside. In 1936, the Indian team resumed its winning spree, crushing Japan 9-0, USA 7-0, and Hungary 4-0 in the group stage. The French team was defeated 10-0 in the semi-final, and the Indian team was ready to clash with the Germans in the final and avenge the loss of warm-up game. Nazi officials, including Hermann Göring, Joseph Goebbels, and Adolf Hitler, came to support their racially superior Aryan team against defending champions of India. At half-time, India was holding on to its 1-goal lead. The Germans then adopted a rough approach. As a result, Dhyan Chand was marked tightly and even lost 1 tooth in a tackle. The Indian players then improvised by removing their shoes and played barefoot or in slippers, unleashing the hell on the German. The Indian side smashed 7 more goals, with Dhyan Chand scoring a hat-trick while the Hawks managed to score just 1 goal. The goal India conceded in the entire tournament. Hitler, it is believed, was so upset that he left the stadium even before the match was over, but he returned later for the medal presentation, and the next day he offered Dhyan Chand a position in the German army, which the hockey player refused. The Indian contingent was one of the few not to give Hitler the Nazi salute at the opening ceremony, which was customary at that time. Now some interesting facts about Dhyan Chand. Goal is autobiography of hockey wizard Dhyan Chand, published by Sport and Pastime, Chennai in 1952. A commemorative postage stamp was also issued in his honor. Dhyan Chand's birthday, August 29, is celebrated as National Sports Day, and the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, Arjuna Award and the Dronacharya Award is given to deserving sportsmen on this day. National Stadium of Hockey in Delhi is named after him. Known as Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium, it served as the venue for the first Asian Games in 1951. He retired as Major in 1951 and the same year was awarded the Padma Bhushan by Government of India. The Dhyan Chand Award, which is lifetime award, is given annually since 2002 to outstanding people not only for their sporting performance but also for the continuous contribution to sports even after retirement. So this was my speech regarding the Major Dhyan Chand and his glorious days. Thank you all. Next, I would like to invite Amina Fatima of class 9 to deliver a speech on the topic COVID-19 Fitness from Home for feedback.
Good morning to all. My name is Amina Fatima. I am studying 9th class. Today, I want to say importance on Sports Day. Sport is a major contributor to economic and social development. Its role is well recognized by governments, including in the political declarations of the 2030 Agenda, which reflects on the contribution sports make to the empowerment of women and of young people, individuals and communities, as well as to health, education and social inclusion objectives. Since its onset, the COVID-19 pandemic has spread to almost all countries of the world. Social and physical distancing measures, lockdowns of businesses, schools and overall social life, which have become commonplace to curtail the spread of the disease, have also disrupted many regular aspects of life, including sport and physical activity. This policy left highlights the challenges COVID-19 has posed to both the sporting world and to physical activity and well-being, including for marginalized. In further, provides recommendations for governments and other stakeholders, as well as for the UN system to support a safe reopening of sporting events, and well as to support physical activity during the pandemic and beyond. The COVID-19 pandemic means that many of us are staying at home and sitting down more than we usually do. It's hard for a lot of us to do the sort of exercise we normally do. It's even harder for people who don't usually do a lot of physical exercise. Physical activity is defined as many body movements produced by skeletal muscles that require energy. There are two components to physical activity that need to consider: aerobic fitness, state and balance. This aerobic fitness, this usually includes moderate to vigorous activity that makes you feel a bit warm and causes an increase in your breathing rate, breathing depth and your heart rate. Strength and balance. This is often the forgotten component of physical activity, but it is an essential part and has many benefits. During the COVID-19 pandemic, it is even more important for all people to be physically active, even if it is only a short break from sitting at your desk and doing some walking or stretching. Doing sometimes as simple as this will. Benefits of physical activity: weight management, reduce the risk of heart disease, reduce the risk of diabetes, reduce the risk of stroke, reduce the risk of certain cancers, improve bone and muscle strength, improve balance, improve flexibility, improve fitness, improve mental health, and more. Stay active by doing daily chores and having an exercise routine. Mix it up with stretches, walking and yoga to help you stay fit and in shape. Thank you.
It gives me immense pleasure to invite the guests on the occasion to speak a few words. First, I would like to invite Ms. Nima Doma Bhutia, who is a batchmate of mine from college. She is a member of Indian national women's basketball team and the first woman ever to make it into the national team from the northeastern region. I'm sure you guys will be interested to listen to her. She herself is an inspiring character and a wonderful personality, which I know personally. I invite you, madam.
Hi everybody. Firstly, I would like to thank Principal Srimati Harjeet Kaur ma'am and Mr. Amal K. Raj for giving me this opportunity. It's a great honor for me to speak a few words to you, dear students. We are caught in a very complicated situation right now due to this pandemic caused by COVID-19 and lockdown imposed because of it. Thus, it is very sad to see schools closed and all students at home. So what I want to tell you is that life goes on with or without pandemic, and it is absolutely essential for us to stay fit and strong physically and mentally right now. Sports and physical fitness will play an important role in seeing through this testing period. It is very easy for us to become the victim of laziness, bad nutrition, and obesity at present. So I advise you to give a certain amount of time for physical exercises and activities. Watch videos, movies, or read books on a great sports person and see how each and everyone faced difficulties to make it big. Those who gave up never found success, but those who continued are champions and role models. From Michael Jordan in basketball to Maria Sharapova in tennis, from Mahendra Singh Dhoni to Muhammad Ali, everyone faced mountains of obstacles and difficulties. But being a true sportsman, one learns to tackle these challenges to eventually come up on the top. Sports will teach us how to stare into the face of adversity instead of running away. Sports will also teach us how important teamwork is. And it's amazing the great team who respects and trusts each other can accomplish. This is one of the greatest sports reward. Lastly, I would like to end my speech by quoting one of the famous quote by a great basketball player, Michael Jordan. It goes, "Some people want it to happen, some people wish it would happen, others make it happen." Thank you. Bye.
It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the guest on the occasion. The second guest on the occasion is Mr. Ajit Singh Yadav, a Paralympic athlete who has secured bronze medal in the World Paralympic Athletic events held last year for the country. He is a great person whom I admire. He is a senior from college of mine. He is an exceptional character. He has turned adversities into opportunities, and he is inspiring us all through his life. I invite you, sir.
Very good morning and happy Sports Day to all the student and staff of KBS. I was just so excited to interact with the student of this prestigious organization since I get the invitation from the organizer. I am Ajit Singh Yadav, international para javelin thrower, and also pursuing PhD physical education in sports. In 2017, one of the train accident, I've lost my arm with multiple injuries. Here, obviously, it was a difficult time for me. And by the God of the grace and blessings of the people, I could recover. As I belongs from the sports background, sports activity is part of my syllabus. After a couple of months rehab, I start taking participation in sports for fitness, later on for the competitive sports. And I represent the country many of the events. Among them, one of the important tournament was World Championship, which was held in Dubai 2019, where I won the bronze medal and also qualified for the Tokyo Paralympics 2020, which will be next year. Due to corona pandemic, it was postponed. The purpose of telling a story that any kind of incident may happen to anyone else. Being a student, sometimes we expect that we score this much of marks, will get selection in this school, will qualify for this exam, or will the part of this team will win this tournament, like that. And the situation is just against their expectation. So don't we feel depressed? Don't we feel disappointed with that situation? Because whatever happens is happened for a good cause, which I believe. And I overcome this difficult time due to the sportsmanship because every day you learn how to react to the worst condition of your life, which you can learn through the sports participation, sports activities, where you will win every day and lose. So these things you develop a lot of courage, a lot of patience, willpower, and that help you to build up your characteristics as well. So I believe that also everyone start to dream and represent the India while playing, and very few of can reach that milestone. And so don't we lose hope. There is plenty of career opportunity in the field of sports industry. Wherever you have interest, according to their, can choose like being a trainer, being a doctor, being a sports psychologist, sports business management, etc. Wherever you have interest, you can choose according to their interest. And there's a plenty of government policies, and you can be the part of that policies to fit yourself, your family fit, like a Fit India movement, Khelo India, Hum Fit to India Fit, etc. And directly, indirectly you can contribute for the nation. And I believe that you will continue your interest in sports and find the career opportunity in the sports also. And my best wishes to all the students, and once again happy Sports Day to all. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Baljit Singh, PRT, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Mahbubabad, to give a speech on the topic Fitness and Wellness through Sport. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning to everyone. Hope all of you are very well and happy at your home. During this unprecedented time, we cannot physically present at school, so we are meeting together on various social platforms. As all of you know, every year on 29 August, we celebrate National Sports Day. This National Sports Day we celebrate in the memory of hockey wizard Major Dhyan Chand ji. Major Dhyan Chand ji were a great player of hockey. Today is their birthday, so I wish you all a happy sports day. Dhyan Chand ji were a great player. They played an important role in hockey team. That hockey team won many international and Olympic medals for the country. That's why they were given a title Hockey Wizard. This day we reminisce the contribution of Major Dhyan Chand, so I pay my homage on their birthday for their great contribution in country for the nation. This year, to celebrate the Sports Day at large scale, we are conducting webinar, talk on sports, quizzes, poster making. So we will talk on fitness and wellness through sports. Before start to talk on this topic, we should know the meaning of sports in detail. Sports is not only that we go outside and perform some activities there. Sports has an extensive meaning. Whatever physical activities we do at our outside or at our home are the part of the sports. From the beginning of human being, sports has been an important part of the human being. It plays an important role to make the people fit and happy. Now we talk on fitness and wellness through sports. Everyone wants to be fit and healthy, but it is not possible without physical exercises. It is sports only that engages us in physical exercise. For this, we can do some sports activities like running, aerobics, cycling, walking. Sports give us peace of mind. It takes us away from all kind of tensions. You can do SPSB activities at your home. At least for 30 minutes, we should do physical exercise at our home. While playing sports, we need more energy that we get from a healthy diet. So there is a direct connection between diet and sports. Whatever we eat, it affects our health. fast food and ready-made items are not good to our health. So to be fit and well, we should make balance between our sports and diet. In last, I would like to wish you all happy sports day again. It has been said that Udmenev Sidyanti Karyani Ne Manorthai Ne Hi Singvise Parvishanti Mukhe Margya. It means without rigorous efforts, nothing can be accomplished. Just like a deer does not enter a lion's mouth on its own without him going for a hunt. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Next, it is my pleasure to invite the most respected Principal Srimati Harjit Kaur, Kendriya Vidyalaya Mehboobabaad, to speak a few words and give a message to the students on this occasion of National Sports Day. I invite you, Madam.
Good morning to all my beloved students of KV Mehboobabaad. Hope you all are healthy and safe. Today we are celebrating National Sports Day. Do you know how important is sport and games in our life? Yes, it can be gauged from the inspiring lines uttered by Nelson Mandela. Sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sports can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. Students, when we think of sports and games in casual terms, what impression strikes us first? The image of a playground, the image of sports person or PT teacher, right? But to appreciate the real importance of sports and games, we need to make a departure from conventional stereotype traditional that has attached to sports. Sports and games have got innumerable dimensions ranging from health and educative value to recreational and economic aspects to the world of diplomacy, technology and language. The first and the foremost benefit of having sports and games in our life is manifested in the health dimensions. Both indoor and outdoor sports contribute towards the physical fitness of us. While outdoor games provides physical strength to muscles and body, indoor games like chess challenges and checks our mental strength. Not only this, it improves the abilities. Apart from direct physical health benefits, sports and games also help us to boost our psychological health. The toughness and the mental strength provided by the sports help us all in fighting emotional instability. It makes us emotionally stable and intelligent. These are reasons that we rarely hear from any sports person facing anxiety or depression related issues. It is very important in particular for students as they will be facing many challenges in their life to come. We must keep the thought of pre-Socratic Greek philosopher. A sound mind is the sound body. Further, sports and games offers many educative values. Sports teaches us cordial values like leadership, resolve, teamwork, emotional intelligence, and most importantly, self-discipline. One dimension of sports and games which sometimes does not get our proper attention is the economic aspects of it. Sports industries offers great scope of employment to youth as it also offers avenues to those who have taken some vocational study relevant to the field. People having sports background are now hired even by the big corporate houses. The employability of sports persons are at all all-time high. It tells us the scope offered by this field. The importance of sports and games can be seen in the political field also. Sports and sporting events have been used in the past to break the ice between the countries. For example, we are familiar with the term cricket diplomacy with respect to India-Pakistan bilateral relations, further hosting the mega sports event like Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games, World Cups, and etc. Sports and games have also got recreational values. It also boosts tourism, both internal and external. For example, Snake Boat Race of Kerala attracts wide tourist attention. With the advent of technology in sports, the field has got one more arena to showcase its presence. Online gaming is a new buzzword nowadays. Students, such is the importance of sports and games in our life that many terms and terminologies used in games have become part and parcel of our daily language and conversation. For example, the ball is in your court, across the board, call the shots, front runner, hit below the self, and many more. There are n number of benefits of having sports and games as a part of our life. The list is endless. If we can say that body is temple, then we can also say that sports and games are like prayers. I personally urge our youths and all to take up sports and get benefited in the holistic sense to materialize and crystallize the objective of Fit India movement. Because after all, it is not gold, but the people which make any country great and strong. Thank you.
हॉकी जगत में भारत का नाम बड़े सम्मान से लिया जाता है। भारतीय हॉकी खिलाड़ियों की मौजूदा पीढ़ी जहां एशियन गेम्स, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स, सैफ गेम्स तथा अन्य अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्पर्धाओं में प्रशंसनीय प्रदर्शन दिखाती चली आ रही है, वहां भारत के पूर्व हॉकी खिलाड़ियों ने ओलंपिक्स जैसे खेल कुंभ में भारत के लिए स्वर्ण पदक जीतकर विश्व हॉकी इतिहास में सुनहरी पन्ने जोड़े हैं। भारतीय हॉकी आकाश के सितारों का जब जिक्र होता है तो जयपाल सिंह, रूप सिंह, एरिक पेनेगर, केडी सिंह बाबू, ऊधम सिंह, बलबीर सिंह सीनियर, कर्नल इफ्तितार दारा, विजय पीटर, लेस्ली क्लॉडियस, शंकर लक्ष्मण, आर.एस. जेंटल, पृथ्वीपाल सिंह, अजीतपाल सिंह, कर्नल बलबीर सिंह, मोहम्मद शाहिद, सुरजीत सिंह, देवेंद्र सिंह गर्चा, अशोक कुमार, सुरेंद्र सोढ़ी, प्रगट सिंह एवं धनराज पिल्ले का नाम अग्रिम पंक्ति में आता है। लेकिन कैप्टन ध्यानचंद हॉकी के इन सितारों में ध्रुव तारा बनके उभरते हैं। ध्यानचंद जी को भारतीय हॉकी का जन्मदाता माना जाता है। इनका जन्म 29 अगस्त सन 1905 को इलाहाबाद के राजपूत घराने में हुआ। कुछ वर्षों बाद यह परिवार झांसी जा बसा और दादा ध्यानचंद ने बाकी का अधिकांश जीवन वहीं गुजारा। बचपन से ही ध्यानचंद जी को हॉकी से लगाव था। अपने छोटे भाई रूप सिंह और दूसरे साथियों के संग मोहल्ले की गलियों, घर की छतों और आसपास के ऊबड़ खाबड़ मैदानों पर अपनी प्रिय खेल को खेलते रहे। मात्र 16 वर्ष की आयु में कैप्टन ध्यानचंद ने दिल्ली में एक सिपाही के तौर पर आर्मी में नौकरी शुरू की और वहां कड़ी मेहनत के साथ अपनी खेल को और निखारा। आखिर अप्रैल 1927 में वो पहली बार आर्मी की ओर से न्यूजीलैंड के दौरे पर गए और अपना खेल जादू दिखाना प्रारंभ किया।
जब हिंदुस्तान की टीम गई न्यूजीलैंड खेलने के लिए तो एक लोकल टीम के साथ हिंदुस्तान की टीम खेल रही थी और फर्स्ट हाफ में कोई गोल न कर सकी, जो कि दर्शकों को बड़ी हैरानी थी। वजह उसकी ये थी कि घास बहुत बड़ी बड़ी थी, जैसा दादा ध्यानचंद ने अपनी किताब में गोल में लिखा है। तो बॉल को पास करना, एक दूसरे को देना बहुत मुश्किल था। और उससे भी ज़्यादा दिलचस्प बात यह है कि जो ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी थी न्यूजीलैंड में माओरीज़ की, वो लोग भी काफ़ी संख्या में मैच देखने आए थे और उन्होंने कुछ जादू टोना सा भी कर रखा था, जो पहले ज़माने में ये बहुत रिवाज था कई मुल्कों में। तो दादा ध्यानचंद रूप सिंह को जादू टोना की तो ना कोई नहीं परवाह थी, लेकिन घास की ज़्यादा परवाह थी। और फर्स्ट हाफ के बाद दादा ध्यानचंद और रूप सिंह ने ये बात की कि हम लोग को क्या करना चाहिए, एक गोल भी नहीं हुआ है, घास बहुत बड़ी है, कैसे खेलना चाहिए। तो दादा ध्यानचंद ने अपने भाई रूप सिंह से कहा कि हम लोग बॉल ऊपर ऊपर खेलेंगे, बॉल को ज़मीन पे ना ही आने दें। और ऐसे ही हिंदुस्तान की हॉकी टीम ने किया, 5 गोल मारा उन्होंने लोकल टीम के खिलाफ सेकंड हाफ में, और न्यूजीलैंड के लोग आश्चर्यजनक हो गए।
1928 में दादा ध्यानचंद एम्स्टर्डम में पहली ओलंपिक्स खेले और स्वर्ण पदक जीता। लॉस एंजलिस में हुई 1932 की ओलंपिक्स में अमेरिका के होम ग्राउंड पर यूएसए को 24-1 से पराजित कर विश्व रिकॉर्ड बनाया। 2 मार्च 1934 को वो भारतीय हॉकी टीम के कप्तान बने, जिसने वेस्टर्न एशियाटिक गेम्स में भाग लिया। अप्रैल 1935 में जब उन्होंने न्यूजीलैंड और ऑस्ट्रेलिया का दौरा किया तो भारत की टीम, जिसने कुल मिलाकर 584 गोल किए, उनमें से ध्यानचंद जी ने 201 गोल किए और उनके भाई रूप सिंह ने 185 गोल किए। 1936 में बर्लिन ओलंपिक्स में भारतीय टीम ने उनके नेतृत्व में जर्मनी को फाइनल्स में करारी हार दी और हिटलर देखते रह गए। हॉकी के जादूगर ध्यानचंद जी ने लगभग 30 वर्ष तक भारतीय टीम के लिए ऐतिहासिक खेल खेला।
जब फाइनल खेला हिंदुस्तान जर्मनी से हॉकी में, तो हिंदुस्तान ने शिकस्त दी जर्मनी को, और हिटलर साहब जो मैच देख रहे थे वो ये बात ना देख सके। और उस दिन से हिटलर के दिमाग में ये बात आई कि मेरा ऐसा मानना कि वाइट एक सुपीरियर रेस है, वो गलत है और बिल्कुल गलत है। तो वो इतने खुश हुए हिंदुस्तान की हॉकी टीम के खेल देख करके कि उन्होंने ध्यानचंद साहब और पूरी टीम को खाने पर बुलाया, उन्होंने न्योता दिया, हिंदुस्तान की टीम गई। और मैंने जब यहाँ पर ध्यानचंद साहब थे NIS में आए वो, तो उनसे मैंने पूछा कि आपकी एडोल्फ हिटलर से क्या बात हुई जब आप उनके आमने सामने थे। तो वो हंस करके बोले, उन्होंने कहा कि बात तो बहुत दूर की बात है, मैं तो उसके आँख में आँख डाल करके देख भी नहीं सकता था, इतना खौफ था उनके चेहरे पर। तो मैं बहुत हंसा और वो खुद भी हंसे।
I have known Dhyanchand, Major Dhyanchand I will call, for about 45 years, and from very close quarters, but from very close nearness with him as a player, as a coach, as a selector of national hockey teams, and then ultimately as a friend. My appraisal about Mr. Dhyanchand is that first of all he was a very good human being, excellent human being. He was a very simple person in his lifestyle. There was no ostentation about him, nothing. He was not foppish. And then, because these qualities are normally not found in people who are recognized as heroes in a country, because of these qualities, he became more popular. Not only among the people of his own generation, but even the youngsters, even the older people who were senior to him in age. He was a very lovable man as a human being. I have never known him thinking of harming anybody, never. And he never lost temper on the ground and off the ground, never. He played against very tough European teams. He played against very tough American teams in those days. But he never lost temper and he never tried to hit anybody. Therefore, bad hockey, as he used to call playing foul is bad hockey, he always avoided and taught others and guided others to play fair hockey, because hockey should be very fair and if one was trying to hit somebody, hockey is a weapon, and it will hurt somebody, it will injure somebody, it will make somebody incapable of playing in future. This was a great merit.
वर्ष 1961 नेताजी सुभाष नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स पटियाला में भारतीय खेलों में नया अध्याय जोड़ने जा रहा था। इसी वर्ष इस आकर्षक स्थल पर भारत सरकार द्वारा विभिन्न खेल अनुशासनों में अंतरराष्ट्रीय स्तर के प्रशिक्षक तैयार करने के लिए डिप्लोमा कोर्सेज का शुभारंभ हुआ। NIS पटियाला में इन कोर्सेज का उद्देश्य यह था कि हमारे कोचेज साइंटिफिक तरीके से शिक्षा ग्रहण करें और बाद में भारतीय खिलाड़ियों को विभिन्न अंतरराष्ट्रीय मुकाबलों के लिए जोरदार ढंग से तैयार करें। इस कार्य के लिए भारत सरकार ने विदेशों से निपुण कोचेस को नियुक्त किया। हॉकी के लिए कोच किसको लगाया जाए, ये एक प्रश्न था।
जब ये डिप्लोमा कोर्सेज शुरू किए गए तो विदेशी कोचेस की सेवाएं जो थी वो हमने ली, पर हॉकी में क्योंकि देश की सुप्रीमेसी पहले ही मानी जा चुकी थी, तो ये तय हुआ कि हॉकी के लिए एक ऐसे प्रतिभावान खिलाड़ी को जो कि काफ़ी तजर्बा रखता हो और विश्व में ख्याति प्राप्त कर चुका हो, उसको कोच के रूप में यहाँ इन कोर्सेज को करवाने के लिए लिया जाए। तो उस समय दादा ध्यानचंद जी से बढ़कर कोई ऐसी शख्सियत नहीं थी जिसको इस कार्य के लिए चुना जाए। तो दादा ध्यानचंद जी को उस समय पहले ही वर्ष में इस संस्थान में चीफ हॉकी कोच के तौर पे रखा गया और उनके साथ ओलंपियन बालकिशन सिंह जी, जिनके नाम से आप भली भांति परिचित हैं और जो कि 1980 में ओलंपिक गेम्स में भारतीय हॉकी टीम के कोच थे, उनको दादा ध्यानचंद जी के साथ अंडर स्टडी एज असिस्टेंट कोच उनको भी रखा गया।
I was very lucky to be with Dada Dhyanchand for many years as his understudy assistant coach at NIS पटियाला। तो यही वो ग्राउंड है जहाँ पे हमने ये दरख्तों के नीचे ये सारे जो हैं ये ग्राउंड, इनफैक्ट ये ग्राउंड हमने अपने हाथों से बनाई थी। पहले यहाँ पे एक छोटी सी ग्राउंड उधर होती थी, स्टार्ट विद 61 में तो शुरू ही हुआ था और 62 में तकरीबन हमने ये ग्राउंड अपने हाथों से बनाई थी और हमने बहुत टाइम यहाँ पे निकाला है। तो पूरा सारा दिन ही हम तो यहीं निकालते थे। तो उनके साथ रह के खैर सीखना तो है ही, बिकॉज हम लोग क्या बच्चों को सभी को जिसने कुछ सीखना है तो यू नीड ए रोल मॉडल। तो दादा वाज ए रोल मॉडल फॉर एवरीवन, एज ए कोच, एज ए पर्सन, एज ए मैन। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं दादा का जो मैं समझता हूँ कि वो जो थे वो ही वाज द फादर ऑफ इंडियन हॉकी। अब इंडियन हॉकी, हम इंडियन हॉकी क्यों कहते हैं? सभी कहते हैं कि इंडियन हॉकी है, ये है, तो हम इंडियन हॉकी इसको क्यों कहते हैं? हम ब्रिटिश हॉकी क्यों नहीं कहते या जर्मन हॉकी क्यों नहीं कहते? इंडियन हॉकी ये जो थी इसमें ये स्किलफुल हॉकी है। अभी भी लोग पाकिस्तान हॉकी नहीं कहते, वही पुरानी इंडियन हॉकी सब याद है सबको, और वो है हमारा स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले which is different than the European style of play. Their style is hitting and running, and our style is more based on skills, based on the mastery of skills actually. That's the right word I should use. तो दादा जो थे वो इंडियन हॉकी के मैं समझता हूँ कि फादर थे, क्योंकि उन्हीं से एक्चुअली जो सारी स्किल्स वो हुए, रूप सिंह हुए उनके ब्रदर, इन्हीं से ये इंडियन हॉकी की स्किल्स जो हैं वो डेवलप हुई हैं। और उसके पहले हॉकी खेली जाती थी लेकिन उस लेवल तक नहीं। और अपनी जो इंडियन हॉकी फेडरेशन है जैसे मान लीजिए, तो ये भी उसी ज़माने में बनी थी। 1926 में हमारी आर्मी टीम पहली न्यूजीलैंड गई थी और न्यूजीलैंड की सक्सेस के बाद इंडियन हॉकी फेडरेशन 1927 में बनी और 1928 में हमारी पहली ओलंपिक टीम गई थी एम्स्टरडैम और वहाँ से हमने गोल्ड मेडल जीता। उसके बाद भी गोल्ड मेडल हमने जीता। लेकिन ये जो इंडियन हॉकी जिसको हम स्किल्स कहते हैं वो ये लोगों ने डेवलप की।
दादा ध्यानचंद दुनिया के सर्वोत्तम सेंटर फॉरवर्ड थे। उनके हाथ में हॉकी स्टिक जादू की छड़ी का रूप धारण करती थी। उनकी खेल शैली में कला कौशल, साहस और पूर्वाभास का अनूठा संगम था।
He was always known that he had an eye at the back, because he could see the whole field. And that I analyzed later, what really it is. When working with him as a coach, I analyzed that before the ball comes to you, you should know where to pass the ball. That means you should study the surroundings before the ball comes to you, otherwise it's too late. You must know where the opponents are before the ball comes to you, where the opponents are, where your players are. Only then when you get the ball you can pass it. Otherwise, when you have the ball, you have no time to look where to pass the ball. So that is what he really meant by third eye. I analyzed it later and made it a theory.
जिस वक्त मैं अपने स्कूल में पढ़ता था लाहौर, तो सुना करते थे कि सर ध्यानचंद जी ओलंपिक खिलाड़ी थे और उनको जादूगर कहा जाता था। तो हम भी मान जाते थे भाई हाँ वाकई शायद जादूगर ही होंगे। लेकिन जैसे हम बड़े हुए, हॉकी सर्कल में आए, तो कॉलेज में चले गए, तो फिर उनके दर्शन भी हुए। और खुशकिस्मती ये है कि 1946 में मैं उनके साथ बगल में रहते थे। हम, मेरे ब्रदर और वो दोनों साथ साथ उनके बंगले थे फिरोजपुर कैंट में। तो उनसे मुलाकात वहाँ पे हुई, उनकी खेल भी देखी, उनके साथ भी खेले। और लकीली वो मेरे कोच भी रहे हैं NAS पटियाले में, जबकि मैं कोर्स करने गया था कोचिंग का। तो वो मेरे कोच थे, नहायत आदमी इज़्ज़त वाले, और रिस्पेक्ट दूसरों के वो करते थे, ख़ुद भी करवाते थे। एंड वो जो मैंने देखा सिखलाई करते वक्त, उनका रिस्ट वर्क जो था, रिस्ट बहुत चौड़ी थी। और इसी तरह से उनकी कोई, जब वो स्टिक हॉकी खेलते थे तो उनकी स्टिक नहीं होती थी, वो रिस्ट से जोर लगाते थे। और उनका एक मुद्दा ये था कि गेम में उन्होंने सेंटर लाइन से लेकर 25 लाइन तक अगले की ग्राउंड में उन्होंने बॉल को कैरी नहीं करना, सिर्फ टच करके लेफ़्ट राइट या राइट आउट या लेफ़्ट आउट को फेंक देना है। और 25 लाइन के पहुँच कर फिर उनकी हॉकी में ऐसे ही जादू था, जैसे कि कहा जाता है, वो कंट्रोल करके खुद गोल कर देते थे। उन्होंने एक मैच में 10-10 गोल भी किए हैं।
When he played in America, they thought probably, in Germany also, they thought probably there was some magic in his hockey stick, and they even changed his sticks. So that didn't matter much so far Dhyan Chand was concerned. Any stick was as good for him as the one with which he was playing. So he was a magic man, like Don Bradman in cricket. Dhyan Chand was the same in hockey. Like Pele in football, he was the same in hockey.
इस महानतम भारतीय हॉकी खिलाड़ी को चोटी के खेल प्रशिक्षक होने का जहां गर्व प्राप्त है, वहां वो ओलंपियन अशोक कुमार के पिता भी थे। विश्व विख्यात इस हॉकी जादूगर की याद जहां खिलाड़ियों और खेल प्रेमियों की धड़कन से जुड़ी है, वहां उनकी प्रतिमा को भारत के सर्वोच्च राष्ट्रीय क्रीड़ा स्थलों में सजाया गया है। उनकी यादों को संग्रहालयों में उच्च स्थान दिया गया है। NIS पटियाला में उनके नाम पर खिलाड़ियों के लिए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर का हॉस्टल भी बनाया गया है।
यह इंस्टीट्यूट जो है, इसको दादा ध्यानचंद पे बहुत गर्व है कि वो पहले कोच इस संस्थान में रहे। और इस तरीके से इस हॉस्टल का जो है फाउंडेशन स्टोन रखा गया सन 1976 में, और 1977 में अगस्त में ये हॉस्टल जो है वो कंप्लीट हो गया। तब हमने फिर दादा ध्यानचंद जी को यहाँ आमंत्रित किया कि इस शुभ अवसर पर, जबकि उनके नाम से इस हॉस्टल का उद्घाटन होना है, तो वो भी इस समय यहाँ मौजूद रहें और बच्चों को आशीर्वाद दें। तब 29 अगस्त 1977 को उनके 72वें जन्मदिन पर इस हॉस्टल का उद्घाटन उनकी मौजूदगी में किया गया। यह इस संस्थान के लिए बड़े गर्व की बात थी।
क्यों न हो गर्व ऐसे भारत के महान सपूत पर।
हॉकी वाज इन हिज ब्लड, हॉकी वाज इन हिज थॉट, हॉकी वाज इन हिज एक्शन।
उनके बाद मेरे ख्याल में या मेरे दिमाग के मुताबिक इतना अच्छा सेंटर फॉरवर्ड नहीं पैदा हो सका।
He was a very satisfied man. कोई उनको प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी कभी, मतलब प्रॉब्लमें होती हैं, सभी को होती हैं, बट ही नेवर शोड इट एंड ही लिव्ड हिज लाइफ टू द फुल। जैसे वो कहते हैं कि हम दादा रात को खाना खाया, उसके बाद उन्होंने बिलियर्ड भी खेलना है, फिर आके सोएंगे। आई मीन दैट टाइप ऑफ, अर्ली मॉर्निंग उठे 4 बजे फिशिंग के लिए चले गए संडे को। So he enjoyed life. He enjoyed every aspect of life. And according to me, he was a very great soul and a great person.
हॉकी जगत की इस महान विभूति को, उनकी खेल निष्ठा को, उनकी प्रशंसनीय खेल शैली को एवं हॉकी जादूगर दादा ध्यानचंद द्वारा भारत के लिए रचे गौरवमयी इतिहास को पूरा भारत नमन करता है।
I consider it a great privilege to propose the word of thanks on this occasion of National Sports Day celebrations. First, I would like to thank Mr. Saeed Taj Pasha, computer instructor, who has been with me working throughout day and night to bring all the contents that you just witnessed in the whole schedule. Next, I would like to thank all the parents, students and the VMC members who joined me here to witness the program, which is first of its kind. Next, I would like to thank all my colleagues who have supported me and guided me to create this program and to conduct it in a proper manner. Next, I would like to thank the guests on the occasion, Ms. Nima Doma Bhuti and Mr. Ajit Singh Yadav, who have taken their time to prepare the videos and send a message to the students of Kendriya Vidyalaya Mehboobabaad. Last but not the least, I would extend my heartiest gratitude to Srimati Harjeet Kaur, Principal, Kendriya Vidyalaya Mehboobabaad. Without her guidance and proper instructions, this program would not have happened. So I thank you, Madam, for this wonderful support and guidance. So thank you all once again. Thank you so much.